What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode. Today we're actually starting on the hull. The previous episodes we've been finishing off the transom and that is basically complete. Really happy with it. I think it's definitely over-engineered with what we need it for. So that's now ticked off the list. So we're moving on to the hull. Earlier in this build, you seen me do a lot of hours of grinding. It's ready to go. Now, in the transom process build, we did need some bog for filling around the ply and stuff like that. So every time I did that, I basically made 2 kilo batches, which was a lot more than needed. And it was then thrown in between the hull and the side of the boat, and of course the strakes to finish it off. So we're ready to start laying. The reason why I filled these strakes up is just to help with the glassing, so it's not structure or anything like that. All it is just the fibers that were grinded off the hull of the boat, cabosil and vinyl ester resin mixed together. That's now all filled up. This will help us with laying our glass so it's nice and smooth and just eliminates rolling through the strakes. Now it's just a flat surface. Over there, as you can see, is all our fiberglass cut up, ready to go for the hull, and I've actually named it so you can see H4, H3, H2, H1. They're all in 1.2 meter increments, and it's going to have a 50mm overlay on each lap. So what we're looking at is a layer of chop, a layer of 1708, and then a layer of chop to finish. So we're looking at all up approximately 4 to 5 layers. So just a little bit more strength in the hull, a few more layers, and of course we did grind out quite a bit of glass, so I want to put that back into the boat. So I've just literally named every single piece that I've cut, and it's all cut to come up on the sides approximately 40 to 50mm. So we've got 2 pieces here identical to each other. We've got approximately 50mm overlap where the keel is. This is where the boat gets smashed the most, so I've got almost 100mm on the top there, and then you can see we've got that 40 to 50mm overlap to the side of the boat. Obviously it's going to get bigger as the layers progress, but that is basically the idea. This is like my prepping station at the moment, the front of the boat, but we've got 3 buckets of about 1400 grams sitting in each, ready to start with the catalyst. I've got a bucket of acetone just to give it a wipe down prior, and we've also got a brand new roller and a couple of fin rollers ready to go. Jump in, hit it with acetone, and then we can start laying up. Okay, now we're just going to hit it with some acetone before we start doing any fiberglassing. Now we want to get some strength in the keel, so there's going to be approximately 50 to 100mm overlap down the center, and I've also chucked in a few layers of extra 1708, so we're looking at almost 10 to 13 layers down the middle. Now you can see myself here using the scissors. This is just to help the 1708 sit flat and not crinkle up. Bit of a hit with the old fin roller to get all those bubbles out, and onto the next layer. Now this was actually done over a 3 or 4 day period, so I did approximately 2 to 3 sections moving down to the back of the boat. Ice cream containers. A few actually asked where you can buy them from, just from the fiberglass shop. So that's approximately 1 kilo containers, which we're going to fill up, and then we can start mixing. Alright, first one we'll mix up. Fresh roller, let's do it. Alright, thanks for coming up. How about those for some short shorts? Now just a quick layer of resin down on the hull before we throw that first layer of chop strand matting down. Alright, first layer of chop. Getting on. What a
50mm overlay on the last one.
So as I just said in the video, we've got a 50mm overlay from the last layup and a 50mm overlay on coming up to the side of the boat. Now what would have saved a lot of time was actually removing that last bit of wood, making up the keel there, as there was a lot of handwork to get all those air bubbles around it, but it ended up working quite well in the end. Now just a bit of a fun fact for you guys, each square that we done, we used approximately 3.5 to 4 kilos of resin, so that gives you a bit of an idea of how much we used in the hull laminate.
Huh?
You look like you're professional.
Oh no, alright.
Yeah. Not easier than chiseling the bloody wood out, ain't it?
Oh yeah.
That was a hard job.
Now I found with the 1708 it actually takes a while for the resin to soak through all those 3 layers, so through the double bias and the layer of chop on the bottom, so it takes a little bit more care and a little bit more time to really soak through before you start using the fin roller.
It's got 4 layers up the front. Here I think it's having 3. It's already thick here.
Alright. Now we start to roll these
Now you'll really see on this layer how much the fin roller helps removing all those air pockets.
Getting all those bubbles out, see? Little bruiser in the sideways. Big roll on that bruiser in the side. Pretty good one. So you and what you doing?
Now you can see that fin roller really doing its magic. There's actually quite a lot of air trapped in between that chop strand and the 17.8 on this layer. Not sure why, but it did take a little bit longer than the rest. Now if you guys get bored of watching me, you can always listen to Uncle Chich in the background. Now it does look a little bit dry in the video, but let me assure you there was plenty of resin on that. I made sure of it. It was pushing it around with the fin roller before I threw the next layer on.
Not my kettle of fish. Okay, I don't want to do it again. Keep rolling until it's set. It's dark. I get rid of the bubbles. Yeah. When you're ready.
Alright, last one.
I can see you. There's 2 layers there now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bloody hell, that one moved it.
So that gives you a bit of an idea of how long it took to do one square on that whole hull. So yeah, it was quite time consuming, did take a few days, but the end product was really good.
Just do up the top down the side.
Yeah, all done.
Okay, looks alright from here. Looks good.
Looks nice.
Looks alright from there. I'll show
Alright,
that.
cut,
Now I'll
Jim.
show you over here.
Cut.
That's
Cut.
it. Next set it's finished.
Finito.
You got one more, haven't you?
Yeah, I'll do another one here, yeah.
No, I'm talking about on top of the one you done.
No, that's it, done.
Oh, good. Oh, that's right, it's 2 layers.
Yeah.
Yeah, do that while you're here. Right, you want to shut the top?
Yeah, shut it off.
You shut it off. What do you do? Push the red one?
Yeah, push the red one.
Push the red one?
Man, the lighting is so bad in the shed once the sun goes down, so hopefully you guys can see me okay. But it's a bit of an outro. Anyway, this video here was a bit of a rinse and repeat. So we smashed out the starboard side. Basically, it's exactly the same as what we've been doing in the whole video. But check this out. It's, yeah, it turned out bloody mint. We're pretty wrapped with it. The only thing we're going to do now is just toughen up where the bow is, where you winch it onto the trailer, and we just got to do the last 500 mil and tie it all into the transom. So these are the two that we just did tonight. That's got all bloody dust on it, but that's all been done up to about here, and then we've got that last 500 mil strip tying into the transom and the sides of the boat. Still got to sort this area out here. I've got to grind that back and put a couple of layers of chop and seal that bilge area, but we're starting to look really, really good. We're basically ready to start putting stringers in. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that video, and I think this is going to probably be the last video for a few weeks because I am heading up north for a bit of a fishing trip. Thanks again, guys. I'll see you in the next one.